This is MixedNerds, and we're doing more of an intrigue D&D campaign.
Hi, I'm Ben.
I'm Anna.
Yeah.
Laura. And Ben.
No, I'm Ben. You're Laura.
That's perfect, Emily. Just use that.
And Emily's the DM.
Does everyone want to say a little bit about their characters?
No.
Just like, you'll have to guess.
If I can think of something to say.
Sure, I'll go first. So, I'll be playing Skara Ekabald, a dwarf paladin who grew up on a potato farm, and all of her family and her siblings are like super good at potato farming, not so much in her case, and she thinks that a bigger destiny is awaiting her, and that's why she's off to go to the city with her trusty potatoes by her side.
How do you even follow that?
I don't know, but I guess you'll have to.
Well,
I assumed that was you, volunteering to go next.
yeah, so I'm playing Tlawin, who is a bard, and he's good at bard things. Yeah, I don't know. He was an orphan when he grew up, and he was adopted by Elfie Dad and Dwarfy Dad.
Because the people listening are going to know who those are.
Elfie Dad is an elf, and Dwarfy Dad is a dwarf. And I don't remember their names.
Good description. You don't even remember your parents' names.
We don't care.
But I'm so charismatic they don't mind.
So you were adopted by a lesser noble house.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lesser noble... No, and then my tongue got stuck while I was trying to speak. Yeah, and then the other one was sort of exiled from his major noble home, family, important people. And so now my character is going back to the main city. We're all going to the main city, actually, with his goal being to restore his parents' place in his important, respected family.
Yeah, and then his parents were all like, yo, you're going there too, Skara, and you're probably a little bit strong and shit, so why don't you protect him and go together? And I was like,
who
okay. So we're traveling together, and I'm like, who is this weirdo?
And he's probably thinking the same thing about you.
But I like you anyway.
I'm liking him.
Because you're cool.
You're cool too.
Such sincerity.
This is why we have different charisma scores.
My charisma is amazing too, actually, because my spell work is based on my charisma.
Well, mine is double plus super extra amazing.
Okay, what about you, Laura?
Okay. My character is Bly Lizco. She's a ranger lizardfolk. Was going to join the military, and then her best friend was killed in the Rotten Lands, which completely changed her outlook on life, and she decided to become a ranger instead. Lived in the House of Kenzen, House Kenzen, and yeah, trained to be a ranger. Would rather be left on her own, but life doesn't work out that way. And she was visiting her parents in the city when she ran into Sons of Anna's characters. And unfortunately, ended up staying with them.
Oh. Is that what you tell us?
I keep that to myself, but that's how I feel about it.
I mean, she is like the oldest and wisest character of everyone.
Yes. I'm like, man, I probably regard you guys more as like children. Oh, I gotta take care of these children.
Well, I think you all have pretty great characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Anna and I both have wisdoms of 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, which will make what is it? Insight checks interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I found my parents' names.
Yay!
Elfie Dad is Lord Temple. He's the one from a minor noble home, from a minor noble house, and he's the one who's like there at his own estate. And Dwarfy Dad is Lord Beauregard. He's the one who basically got kicked out of his major important dwarfy family. Oh, and both of the parents are all into magic and stuff. They're a sorcerer and a wizard, respectively. So that's why they were interested in adopting my character, the Bard, because they saw that he was using magic in his music, and that intrigued him, and they thought they would take him on. So
Otherwise, they would have just like left you on the street.
I don't know. I haven't asked them that.
So I guess our story starts out. Slowin and Skara are finishing the end of their journey. It's been, fairly pleasant. It's a nice time of year. And, the countryside has been fairly quiet. It's pretty peaceful in Aramyth. And, they start to see in the distance this, gigantic place. Like, they've never seen anything so big. Because in the distance, they start to see the City of Argent. And as they walk along, they can see it more clearly in more detail. They can't see it yet because of all the buildings in the way, but they know that the sea is off in the distance, and there's a wall, not really for protection so much as just, to have a barrier so that, the people in the city can keep track of like who's going in and out. So there's a wall around the city, and there are several gates, and the path that you're walking along now goes straight towards one of those gates, and a couple of lawkeepers are, flanking the gate. It's also a very wide and tall gate used, for carts to go in and out of.
Oh man, look at those carts. Those are some great A quality carts.
I look at the carts. As requested.
Don't you agree?
Would you like
No.
to roll
And
a
there's so
perception
many of
check on
them.
that?
Sure, I'll roll perception. So perception, I'm not trained in it, and it's based on wisdom, so that's -1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 12, so that makes 11.
Okay, you're not completely too sure about, what makes a cart good quality or not, but you look at the carts. They're
Those
carts.
sure are carts.
I know, right? Isn't it great?
And there's so many doing cart things. I guess we could, I don't know, follow a cart and see if it goes to like a cart place?
Sure.
Like a market or something? I don't know.
Where there's one cart, there's sure to be more. I respond.
And I don't know, we could find people to... Not that this
Terrorize.
is what I'm here for. I suppose I'm supposed to find the place with the magic people.
As you are walking through the gates, one of the lawkeepers just holds out a hand and says in kind of a bored tone, like, "Is this your first time in the city?"
Yeah, how'd you know?
I just nod.
Okay, well, you'll probably want to go towards the Hemomancy Center to register yourselves. So
Does that mean blood magic?
yes, actually.
That sounds ominous.
I'm just like, cool.
So if you'll just take this main road and just keep going until you reach a big square. There's a big building, made of stone, and it has, well, I mean, it says Hemomancy Center, but if you can't read, it also has, like a drop of blood on the sign. You can't miss it. You'll want to register there if you want if you think that you're going to stay in the city for any length of time. Welcome to the City of Argent.
Yay.
Yay.
And I guess Laura's character doesn't need to worry about that because she's been here before?
She is actually probably already there because she needed to update her sample because her sample probably had degraded, since she's been away so long.
So that's where we would meet her?
Yes.
Oh, because I was going to be like, I don't want to register. I'm just going to run after the carts.
Well, you can do that if you want.
Well, I follow direction pretty well, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just like drag him with you.
I do. I grab him by the arm and just like, this guy who's like 2 feet taller than me. I'm just like, okay, come on.
But Prob might weigh less than you because he has like 0 muscle.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you try to resist at all then? Or do
I'm
you just resign yourself to your fate?
I'm just going to be like, I'll take a look at this place because I'm curious about it, but I don't know that I want to register for anything yet because what if they're going to do creepy things?
And I'm like, well, if that's what we got to do, then that's what we got to do, I say. Because I'm lawful. So I just
Well-
kind of drag you along towards this main square.
What if they're going to use this to track us for oppression purposes?
And I'm just like, okay.
What if they use it to keep track of all of my personal secrets and personal things?
I mean, I'm sure you can get more information about it when you're there too.
Yeah. I'm like, stop being such a worrywart.
I will sneak in once we're there, and I'll look at their records to find out what they want with me.
Okay.
I mean, what if they, connect me to my father and relate? Not that my blood would do that, I guess, because
There's like a lingering scent on you. House of Aram.
Anyway, I just like ignore all this while I drag him onwards.
and while you do that, I make a really, really, really eloquent speech about freedom that you hear absolutely nothing of.
That sounds about right.
All right, so you arrive at the Hemomancy Center.
Yeah, or at least right outside it.
Like, along the way, like there are so many people in the streets, more people than you've ever seen in one place before. The buildings are, a lot of them are made of wood and like painted in bright colors. So the Hemomancy Center does stand out. It's like this big stone building, kind of almost fortress-like. It'd be a difficult place to break into.
Are there any windows that I can just peek through?
Kind of like arrow slit type windows. It's very fortress-like, and the door is pretty thick, but it's open right now.
So
How
I
about
turn
you
around
go in first and tell me what they do?
and I'm like, okay. So I just like walk in, but I also keep an eye on him just in case, because I'm like, he's been struggling this whole time. So I go in, and I'm like, wow, this place has more people than potatoes for once.
Very unusual sensation for you.
Yeah. Even feeling a little overwhelmed. My bravado might be a little bit affected.
Yeah, like, you were thinking, yeah, it's your destiny to be a hero, and then you're kind of, shoved in among all these other people who don't seem to be taking much notice of you.
And I'm like,
Okay, so that's the noise you make, and it attracts the attention of one of the clerks. Okay, so yes?
So if I use stealth right now to slink in among the crowds to watch what's happening without attracting notice,
I mean,
would that be a stealth roll?
yeah, you can try.
Sure. Okay. I rolled a 5, and my bonus is, let's see, 2 to dexterity, 2 for being proficient. So that means I rolled a 9.
Okay, I guess people don't notice you. I rolled a 1.
Oh.
You are...
Wow, people are just like don't care that much that they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going about their own business. They honestly don't care.
Oh.
Um,
Well,
Now, if you were like trying to take something, that might be a different story. But just like coming into the building, um, they don't particularly notice you.
okay, yeah, I just want to see what's happening without anybody caring yet.
Okay, so once you're inside, um, you see, uh, it's a fairly big space, but there's a lot of doors leading off to other places that are closed and probably locked off. There are a couple clerks kind of helping people that have trickled in. You do see a lizardfolk currently talking to one of the other clerks. Psst, that's you, Laura. You don't have to do anything
Okay.
particularly right now, because right now we're still kind of focused on what Skara and Tlawin are doing.
Do I notice them come in?
You might, out of the corner of your eye. If you want to roll a perception check to see if you notice Tlawin, you could.
Be like the one person who notices him come in, be like, that's, and he's doing this like super weird stealth thing where he's just like crawling along the ground. And you're like, well, that's weird.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. I rolled a 14.
Okay, so you notice him.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that dude doing? But I just keep talking.
I stick my tongue out.
Probably gives me an ugly look.
I give you an angelic look.
I don't fall for it.
Okay. So, one of the clerks had noticed you, Skara, and comes over and was just saying, this is the Hemomancy Center. Can I help you with anything?
And I'm just like,
New to the city?
That's going to be hard to transcribe.
Okay, well, we like all new arrivals to the city to register at the Hemomancy Center here. It's an easy process. We just take a little bit of your blood, and you have to fill out some paperwork, and it's just to make sure that people are who they say they are. If there are any crimes in the city, we can use it to try to figure out who did it. We can make sure that, if someone who's disguised as you does something, that you aren't blamed for it, since we can figure that out. So, in kind of real world terms, it'd be kind of like fingerprint identification.
I'm like, oh, okay. I just go along with this. If someone's like, this is the rule, I'm just like, all right. I don't want to not follow the rules.
Meanwhile, I'm like, no, they could use this to track me. I mean, I don't actually say that because that wouldn't be stealthy.
I mean, I guess you don't have to register, Ben. I mean, no one's actually keeping track of whether you're registering or not. The guard just suggested, well, like the lawkeeper suggested that you go there. Yeah.
Well, I'm on board for this.
Okay, so the clerk hands you, some paperwork. Basically, bless you. You have to fill out your name, where you're from, how long you plan to stay, if you know. If you don't, like the clerk says that you can leave it blank. And just, some other details about you, like physical description and things.
Okay, I take a, I go over to where there's some seats but they're all made for like taller people. So I just kind of like sigh a little and sit on the ground and start filling it out. And I'm just like, okay, strength 18, dexterity 10. They literally hand me like a character sheet. I sit next to I just like took a random seat. So I'm
I
doing
tap
that.
you on the shoulder.
Ah! Where did you come from? I ask.
Somewhere out in the country. I'm not sure exactly where originally.
I'm just like, that's not what I meant. And
I
I'm
know.
like, and I'm like, yeah, so we just want to have to fill out this paperwork, and then they like track us and stuff. It's pretty cool.
And they have to take your blood?
Yeah, seemed fine to me. Didn't really hurt. I mean, I'm also a dwarf, so, you know, hardy skin and all that.
Couldn't they do magic on your blood?
I just kind of shrug. And I'm like, it's fine. Don't be a baby.
Meh.
I'm gonna roll a persuasion check to persuade him to sign up as well.
Well, I'll roll a persuasion check too.
Okay. If that's okay, Emily.
You can. I'd say that like I don't want any player character to like force another player character, but you can certainly like roll to see how convincing your argument
Good argument.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I'll at least think about it if you roll a really good persuasion, but we'll see how good a persuasion.
16.
Okay, well, let's see what I get. I landed on, I guess that's a 19 plus my bonus, so I think
Like, I give a pretty good argument, but you're just like, you're just like, no.
Freedom and liberty.
Okay.
That's all I say.
Freedom and liberty. So, yeah, I imagine we're just kind of like discussing this, and I'm trying my darndest, but you're too set in stone, Ben.
So is there any of the actual hemomancy going on here, or is that all in the back rooms?
No, that's all. You make it sound so sinister. Like, you know, you can see them taking other samples from other people, and like they immediately bring them to back rooms, like, you know, to keep it safe. So you don't see anything going on right now.
And I like point out all these other people who are doing it, and I'm like, see, even that lizard people is doing it.
Even?
Like,
I suppose you might not have seen too many lizard folk thus far in your life.
yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. They seem cool.
Yeah, well, she made a face at me.
And I'm like, I've been making faces at you this whole time.
Well, I couldn't tell under your beard.
Oh.
It just looked like your beard was wobbling.
And then I like shape my beard into a frown.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you actually gave any physical descriptions of your characters.
At this point, there's a zoom in onto our characters. And you notice that I am about 4 feet tall and I am 87 in dwarf years, which is about 20 in human years. So that might seem long, but not really. And I'm just kind of like a brown, like a potato. Like my eyes are brown, and my skin is more on the browner side, and my hair is kind of like a reddish brown. I would, like, if you were to throw me into a pile of potatoes, I would camouflage real well.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
keep that in mind. You might get an advantage if that situation ever arises.
If I just like throw myself to a pile of potatoes.
Yeah, well,
And then the camera pans to Tlellen.
okay. Yeah, I'm a human who's 21 in human years. He also has brown skin. I think maybe slightly darker than Anna's, but still like medium brown, I guess. And more red hair. So I guess if the potatoes were on fire,
You would blend in as well.
and
I think Ben cut out for me.
Yeah, me too. You're
Oops.
doing so well.
I know. But then, like, the camera panned over to him, and then someone fumbled the camera, and now it's just, like, smashed on
Lying
the floor.
on the ground. Like static, like.
Yeah. So I guess someone else hurriedly picks up the camera and turns to Bly. Oh, nope.
Oh.
The camera turns
Oh.
back to Tlawin. Okay.
so then I just said I'd put down copper for the eye color. I didn't put down a height or a weight, but I figure he's like probably average human height and weight. He's probably fairly scrawny. Pretty well dressed. Might have like a mysterious scar, which isn't really mysterious, it's just from his rough youth. But he likes to say it's mysterious.
All right.
Mysterious.
And then Bly.
And then chose my character, who's pretty tall and thin. I'm also brown.
Oh yeah, we would all
Oh.
camouflage with potatoes. Yes.
You can fit in with the potatoes that are scaly.
Yeah, I have scaly and I have spikes. Maybe there's some spiky potatoes.
Or you could, like, stick potatoes to your spikes.
Oh.
More my spikes.
All right. Now that we have, like, that interlude, so people know what you guys look like, you're still sitting in the Hemomancy Center, filling stuff out, I guess.
Or not.
Or not, depending on your preferences.
So I notice how spiky Laura is, and I'm like, man, that would be really great for potato storage. I think that in my head. And I'm like, I want to be her friend. So I'm like done with my paperwork, and I give it back to the people.
I was
Um,
intrigued.
Did they say anything, or are they just like, "Okay, thanks"?
Basically, okay, thanks.
Cool. And then I turn around to Bly, and I'm like, "You seem cool. I like your spikes."
And I was intrigued by the fact that she did not buy my angel face. So, yeah, I'll also go up and make more faces.
Bly is like, who
Not
are
even
these people?
I tell you guys not to interrupt me while I'm speaking with somebody else.
And then I'm just like, oh, okay. So I just kind of like, but I don't move at all. I just stand there, just being like, I'll wait.
And then I get to ignore you guys, and I keep speaking. The dude I was speaking with.
I make shadow puppets on the wall.
I
Yes.
slowly like inch forward, just like 1 inch.
So,
The
Bly,
shadow puppets, I'm showing a story where there's a dragon terrorizing a village, and then this dwarf throws potatoes at the dragon, and the dragon leaves.
okay, so Bly, you finish up, talking with the clerk. It's not a super long process to just like update your sample, but since it's been a while, they want to check things to make sure everything was on the up and up. But you finished that, and now probably have to deal with these strange people who have come up to bother you.
Two.
Hi! We're your new friends!
I'm just like, I didn't ask for any friends.
I'm like, well, too bad.
Maybe I think I noticed the difference between us why you guys are here together.
Laura, you kind of cut out a little bit for me. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that I asked why you guys are here together and why you're bothering me together.
Because we like doing things together.
And I'm like, So I explain, that we like traveled. We were kind of traveling together, and I was here to do my initiate my paladin-y stuff or whatever, and then Ben's here to do. He kind of explained it to me, but I just kind of was half listening. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm supposed to escort this guy to some magical people, but I don't quite actually know where to find them," and I'm kind of like embarrassed a little, but
Yeah,
and
I'm
I was
not-
like, "But you seem cool. Do you know where we could show him to?"
Yeah, the sooner you show me to the magic people, the sooner you'll be rid of us.
True. Sounds good that way. So I agree to show you guys where to go.
And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah. So is this like a magic school or like some particular magic scholar?
It's
Where-
a magic school cart
What?
instead of a magic school bus.
Oh.
I just that was a throwaway comment that doesn't have to be canon.
I see.
It can transform into a slightly more colorful cart.
So, you might not know this, Tlawin, but since you're kind of naive about how things work, but I'm sure Bly would know that there's actually several schools of magic. Just like how there are several, schools in
Yeah.
any city.
Right. And it's big.
Yeah.
So did Dwarfy Dad give me the name of a specific school to go to?
No, he was just like, "Off you go."
Can I mislead them just because they're annoying me?
Sure.
Yeah!
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
they have
You
no
could even
clue about
just
the
drop
city.
us off at a building you say is what we want, and then just vamoose.
Oh.
And that's
But yeah,
some shady thug den or something.
But
Oh.
for the record, do you think I have the name of a specific school to go to, or that I was just sent to just go to some school?
He probably gave you a suggestion, but I'd say he probably wasn't as familiar with bard schools.
Oh,
I mean, especially, he probably wasn't super familiar with the different schools anyway, because he was probably homeschooled in a way, since his
oh
family
yeah,
was, you know, big on magic.
fancy tutors.
Yeah, but he kind of like scribbled some names on a piece of paper with some question marks next to some of them and gave them to
Okay.
you.
Okay, so I'll show her that scribbled piece of paper. I'm supposed to go to one of these places. I think question mark sounds nice.
Oh my god. Can I like actually take you to question mark?
Sure.
It's a place, like a real place, and the entire time I'm just like, oh my god, these people are so dumb.
So are you moving out of the Hemomancy Center now?
Yeah, stealthily.
Um,
I'm not doing it stealthily.
okay, roll for stealth again, Ben. It's been, enough time.
Okay. I rolled a 19 again.
A 19? Seriously?
You want me to roll it again, just in case I didn't shake it enough?
No.
Just
Let's
for
see.
fun, I'll roll my stealth. Just
You have
because I want to
disadvantage
be
on that.
part of. I know. So I rolled a nat 20.
But you have
God.
disadvantage,
Oh, that's true.
so you have to roll twice and take the lower number.
Oh.
Okay, so this time I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Let's see. Perception is
Like
wisdom.
like my first step was like super stealthy, and then I just kind of like fell.
You like disappeared completely for one step.
And then I was like, nope. I like tripped on my beard.
Oh.
Okay, so
Is it?
okay, so as you leave, you're kind of stopped by this kind of rough-looking woman. I mean, not rough as in like, she's super tough or anything, but just kind of like worn down. And she comes up to you and asks, "Can anyone help me here?" She doesn't see you, Tlawin, but since you rolled stealth,
Oh.
but she like comes up and kind of looks between Skara and Bly.
And I'm like, I love helping people. So me and my friend here will totally help you. And I like just kind of like turn my head like an owl to look behind me at Bly.
And I just spring up out of nowhere and I'm like, yeah, I love helping people.
She gets like super startled. She like has to put a hand over her heart and she's like, oh, I didn't see you there, young man.
I guess we can help her.
That's really good to hear. I've been waiting out here for a long time, asking if anyone could help me. My brother left town for business, and I haven't heard back from him. He should have returned by now, but that's... I don't know what can be done about that, but the most concerning part, I guess, is that he makes me a potion. I'm sick and I need to keep taking it. And since he hasn't been back for a while, I'm out now. I know he has more in his house, but I don't have a key. He didn't leave me a key. I don't know how to get in. I wouldn't normally ask this, 'cause I don't know who I can trust, but I thought at least since you've come out of the Hemomancy Center, if you're registered, then You know, at least I can trust that, you know, I don't want to send anyone to my brother's house without knowing them, but at least if they're registered, then, you know, I can ask the lawkeepers to do something if, you know, someone breaks anything.
Oh, yeah, I'm so registered.
I'm down for breaking into somebody's house.
I'm just like, I have to weigh. I'm just like breaking into someone's house, helping this like sick old woman. Breaking into someone's house, helping this sick old woman.
I tell you guys that if you want me to take you where you need to go, then you need to return the favor and help me break in.
And I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah!
You'll do it then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, thank you so much. I don't have too much to pay you with, but you know, I can, since my brother has taught me some bit of alchemy, I can give you some low-level potions maybe. Here, I should describe what you'll need to get from him. The potion, he should have an extra stock of them, and they're kind of a midnight blue color. And then he also has a stone that he uses to make them, and since I don't know when he'll be back, and I have to keep hoping he will be back someday, but since I don't know when that might be, I would really appreciate if you also got his stone so I could maybe make the potions for myself. And that will also be like a midnight blue color with you know, some kind of like silver specks in it.
That sounds pretty.
Yes, it is. He's
And
shown
I'm
it to me.
like, I can make you some alcohol with my brewing skills.
Oh, well, I'm sure I would appreciate it, but it's not necessarily what I would need right now.
And I'm like, okay.
Thank you for the offer. His house is on... Wow, I should have thought of a street name before this.
On Question Mark Street.
Yes, his house is on Question Mark Street. They never got around to naming it. So on all the maps, it's just labeled as a question mark. It's kind of a small road, but it's up a hill, so in my condition, I get winded very easily. I can't really go up there, but I can show you from the bottom of the hill.
Even better, we're going in the right direction.
We're like, okay, old lady. Anyway, so do we follow this lady to the bottom of the hill at Question Mark Road?
Sure.
Okay, so she moves really slowly, like, and she has to like stop to get her breath back a couple times.
It's okay, my feet are short.
It's okay, I just dance around.
So then, when you get there, you know, it's a fairly steep hill. There are houses on either side, and at the top there's like this smallish two-story building, and she points at that one and says, "That's the house. That's where he lives."
Okay.
I trust it.
Sounds good.
Wait, can I roll like a perception check to make sure it's actually her brother's house and not some rando?
Let's see, would that be insight? Okay, you're kind of questioning her motives or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll an insight.
Okay. Because at first I was all for this, and now I'm like, wait. This could-
As the
I
player, I'm
rolled
also
a-
like, wait, but as a character, I'm like, everything sounds great.
Same here. I don't trust anyone in my Anna brain. But my Scarlet brain is like, oh, look at this like little old lady. She needs help.
Yep.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
Let's see.
So then you'd add your wisdom bonus?
Yeah, is that with your wisdom added?
Wisdom added would be 11.
Are you proficient in it?
In insight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can add your
Mhm.
proficiency, which is 2, so it'd be 13?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
You're
Yeah,
good at this.
You add 2 to any roll that you're proficient in,
You're
Laura.
proficient.
Mhm. And then, as well as, let's say you're just making a rando roll, you either add or subtract whatever your modifier is, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
So in this case, Insight used the wisdom modifier.
Yeah.
So like I would roll at a -1.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you get the sense that she's maybe not telling you everything, but you don't completely know what's off.
Hmm.
Makes sense. I'll keep going.
So are you going to say anything about this or just
Or you're just like, meh.
I don't think you guys are intelligent enough for me to try to like low key like make a comment to you and have you guys understand what I'm trying to say without her.
Well, I mean, she's like staying back. She's not going with you.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so we can wait until she's
Yeah.
even away
Yeah.
before you're like, yo, homies.
You might not be telling us everything. I can tell. Yeah, I'll make a comment to you guys. It doesn't seem like she's telling us the whole story.
But she's a sweet old person.
And I'm like, well, I kind of felt not right about just like breaking into a house either. So I'm kind of like, I think I'm more willing to trust your opinion on this since you seem so cool and scaly.
Really.
Well, if we sneak in, then we could see what's up inside there and have more information.
Yeah,
Hmm.
let's check it out, and we can always just run away if we need to.
And
I
I'm
love
like,
running away.
okay, this kind of sits bad in my stomach, but I guess we can make a decision, you know, once we see more of the situation.
Let's see.
I've run away from angry people a lot.
Okay, so I assume at this point we're like heading towards or have arrived at the house.
Yep, you get up to the house. The street's pretty quiet. You don't see anyone around. Yeah, looks like a house.
And but is it really a house?
Roll a perception check.
Okay, I'll roll perception. I rolled a 4 with my modifier.
House.
You're starting to question whether it is a house.
Oh, I rolled even worse, guys. I rolled a 2.
Oh my gosh, you're not sure of anything anymore. You're actually staring at the wrong house now.
Like it's this one, right?
I think that's a rock.
Oh.
You're very confused after getting into the city for the first time. It's very overwhelming.
Like, I don't know what's a rock and what's a house.
Look, if you poke it, it's soft, so it's obviously a rock.
What about you, Laura? Do you want to see whether you think it's a house or not?
Yeah. Wait, this is rolling perception, right?
Yeah.
Are you proficient in that?
Oh, yeah. And I rolled a 19.
You rolled a what?
I rolled a 19.
Oh, okay.
wow.
So, yeah, you look at the house. It's definitely a house.
You're like, yes, guys, it's a house.
Okay, guys. Please use your for sure. Do we wait for the old lady to catch up before we try to go inside?
She can't climb that hill. Like, she can't climb that far. She stayed at the bottom.
Yeah, because she's all frail
Oh, yeah.
and stuff.
Okay, so I guess I turn in the direction of the actual house now that Laura's successfully identified it.
Yeah.
Glad
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you mean that house?
Wait, so what was that thing that I just poked?
There is an angry stray cat, like, stalking off.
And I'm like, even I could tell that's not a house, even though I've rolled lower than you.
I have the spell Speak with Animals, so I could apologize, but that's probably a waste of a spell slot.
Yeah, the cat's already, like, gone off by now.
Yeah.
Alright, so how do you approach this?
Well,
I'm like, we should find a way in that isn't locked, because I feel bad about that.
yeah, we should look for what she said.
Yeah.
Maybe not even, although I probably would be stupid enough to go and try and open the front door.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
I try to open the front door,
The front door is locked.
and I'm like, okay,
I knock
I
on the
feel
door.
bad about just like bashing this in, so
I try
go
knocking
find
on the door
something else.
just in case someone's in there.
You knock, wait for a while. No one answers.
Okay. So are there like windows, or maybe is there like a chimney?
A lot of the windows are fairly small and decorative, but there is, when you go around the side of the house, from the front door, there is a window that would be like big enough to get through.
I'm like, let's see if we can open this window, I say, and attempt to open the window.
At first you think it's locked, but then you realize that's just kind of stuck.
I can do it, you guys, I promise.
So is that strength?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for strength to try and get it open. I rolled a 10.
Okay. You can like just it's kind of tough, but you can like raise it up. It's kind of slow, but you can do it. As you do,
You're so muscly.
You hear kind of a rustling behind you.
Kitty!
Everyone roll for initiative.
Okay. Okay, I
Can I
got
also-
a 17.
I have a 16.
I rolled a 9.
And you add your dexterity bonus to whatever you rolled, everyone.
I did.
I did too.
Laura,
My
did you
bonus was
say
0.
Laura, did you say something? It kind of cut out.
Oh, mine's 12.
Kitty!
Can I also try to stealth again, or?
I think it's too late.
Oh.
It's too late. Yeah, if you want to like stealth while you were checking out the house, that might have been good.
Well, at least nobody saw me at the hemo place.
Yeah, because they're all too busy working and didn't have time for someone just skulking around.
Just like rolling, crawling on the ground.
Sometimes I slunk in the shadows.
Yay!
Okay, so, somehow these things rolled really well. And let's see, you look around and behind you, you see these shrubberies just kind of like
Okay.
move, stretching their limbs and like starting to move around. And inside the window, you actually see a sword that was hanging from the wall start to shake a little bit. So let's see, these shrubs are going first. Whereabouts would you say that your position? Like Scar is like right by the window.
Yeah, I'm right by the window.
I'm like right behind her.
Probably a little bit further away from them, like just watching.
Being like, they can get in trouble.
Like, I'm convinced them to break in, but I'm gonna let them do the breaking.
Okay. So since you're the one who actually opened the window, a couple of these are going to go after you.
Okay.
And let's see.
So how would if I wanted to like do a roll to try to like identify them, would that be on my turn?
I'd say that'd be on your turn, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would that count as an action or is that an extra thing?
No, that's like just an extra check. I wouldn't count it as an action.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bear that in mind when you actually get to me.
I'm like, oh no! The shrubbery!
Okay.
I'm like, this is fun.
I was like,
So-
what are you guys talking about? Then I turn around and see.
Like, just like these like topiaries coming out and like
Yeah.
attacking us.
Yeah, so this shrub just kind of like, I don't really know how to describe its movement, just like kind of flumps over to you or something. And it rolled a 14, but I don't think that hits your armor class.
That did
Okay.
not.
So it just kind of
failed.
like,
It just kind of gently brushed me.
it like
Oh.
swats you with one of its limbs, but it catches like the chain shirt and you just kind of shrug at it.
Okay.
Okay, then the other one rolled a nat 1. It accident it
I just burst into flame.
it somehow like tangles its limbs together and is
Oh.
grappled or something. Then let's see. The third shrub is going to go after Tlawin.
Oh.
It actually rolled a 16, which I think hits your armor class.
Yeah, mine's just 13.
Okay. And then so you take 3 damage. It also kind of swats you with one of its limbs, and it leaves a scratch on your arm.
Oh, that was a third of my hit points.
You're very
Oh
weak.
no.
Okay. But that was the shrub's turn. Now it's Skara's turn.
And I'm like, I've dealt with potatoes more deadly than this. So, am I able to target the one that got to Tlawin?
Yeah, I'd say you're probably close enough together that you can reach it.
Cool. I'll target that one because I'm like, oh no, he's bleeding and lost a third of his HP. So,
He
I'm
can
gonna.
sing and heal himself.
That's true, but I like protecting people.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll to see if I hit, and I rolled. Let's see, add the numbers. I rolled a 17. Is that?
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, great. Okay, let me roll my damage die then. It's 1d8.
You do the damage dice and your ability modifier.
Oh, really?
That's what this little cheat sheet that I have says. Anyway.
That seems really overkill for me, but okay. Because I rolled a 1, but with my strength modifier, that's a 5.
Okay. So you like cleave it and like cleave some of its branches completely off. It's still moving around, but it looks almost, if a shrub can look shocked, it looks shocked.
Just like, what if it just like forms an O? Just like,
Oh.
Okay. Are you going to do anything else, like move or anything?
in my head, I was imagining I was pretty cornered in by these shrubs.
Yeah.
So no, I'll just stand there.
Okay. Just letting you know you had the option.
I guess
Okay.
you could go back through the window if you wanted, but there's a moving sword there, so.
So then it's Tlawin's turn.
Okay. So would it be nature that I would roll against to try to identify these, or?
Roll an Arcana check.
Oh, that's even better. I'm proficient.
Roll
I am rolling.
faster.
I rolled a 22.
Oh my god.
This is a nice die.
Yeah, I'd say that, kind of in your homeschooling studies, talking to your parents, you've heard about, this kind of magic that, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the type of magic.
Plant magic.
This type of transmutation magic that can animate inanimate objects.
Okay.
I mean, was there anything else you were looking to find out from that?
You could probably find out a lot more, Ben.
Well, like, if they have any vulnerability to, like, unanimate them.
Let's see. Did you just roll this about the shrubs?
I rolled it about the shrubs.
I'd say that you would probably figure that, they'd be vulnerable to fire.
Oh, being shrubs.
Yes.
That would be more helpful if I had a source of fire.
Yeah.
Or
well.
unless... I don't know, did anybody's equipment packs come with flints?
Yeah, I have matches and torches.
Laura, when it's your turn, set them on fire.
You shout. I just imagine this like intense, like, those like deducing scenes in like medical shows or something where it like suddenly like closes it and then you see all these like equations pop up. That's what just happened with Ben.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, oh, they're shrubs, fire.
Fire.
Just like snaps his fingers. Fire, that's it.
Okay, So I know I have bardic inspiration. How does that work again? I'm wondering
So
if that's what I should do, or I could stab it.
you can choose to inspire someone, where
Mm-hmm.
like you just say who you want to inspire, and that gives them an inspiration die. And then on their turn, if they say try to attack it, but they don't think they'll hit it, like it's a little low, they can then use that inspiration die that you gave them, roll that, and add it to their total.
So they get to choose when they want to use the die.
Yeah, and it only lasts for like 10 minutes, so they can't just keep it indefinitely, but it would definitely be enough for like, one battle or something.
Okay, and how often can I do this? Is it once a day?
Do you have written down on your sheet how many inspiration die you have to give out?
I might not have written that down. I probably should have, but I don't think I. Unless it's no.
Well, let me check real quick, because like this is, kind of us learning about how to do combat stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I figure casting sleep on bushes might not work because they're bushes.
Okay, so you have a number of inspiration dice equal to your charisma modifier.
Oh, that's nice. That's 4.
Yeah, and the actual die is going to be a d6. So like you can give a d6 to someone to like add to whatever roll they choose.
Okay, and that's 4 inspiration dice a day, or for whenever they're not being used?
Yeah, a day. You regain them after you finish a long rest, so
Okay.
yeah, I consider that a day.
Okay. And is that my turn action? Inspiring somebody is a turn action?
Nope. It's a bonus action.
Oh, so I can inspire and stab?
Yes, it looks like. And I have to say, I don't think people always get a bonus action. It's just if some ability specifically says you can use it as a bonus action, then you can use a bonus action.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll inspire Laura's character. Bly, is that the name?
Yeah.
I'll inspire Bly, because you're the one with the fire. So is that automatic, or do I
Do you
roll
want
anything?
do you want to describe what you do to inspire her?
Well, sure. Fire! Get the fire! Throw fire at the bushes!
I hope you got that. It's fire.
Flamey,
She's just like,
flamey, flame! Inferno! Blaze, blaze, blaze!
Do I roll to see if I can
Sparks
right
and
now?
embers.
You just automatically have an inspiration die. So, if you like make an attack roll or make a saving throw roll, and like you get a lowish number, and you think that maybe you'd benefit from a little bit more, you can roll an extra d6 and add that on.
Yeah.
So now like stabby stabs.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
do you see there should be a little box right under your character's name. If you have your character sheet, it has the word inspiration. So you can mark it that you have 1 right there. Only 1 though.
Yeah, you can even say 1d6 so you remember what die to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'll stab the one that looks almost dead, so...
The one that's like, oh!
Yeah. So my attack roll.
Okay, so you're going to roll a d20,
Okay.
and then I think since you have a finesse weapon,
A
you can
rapier,
Yeah, your
you can use
dexterity
your
mod.
dexterity mod
Oh, that's better.
and your proficiency bonus, because I think you're proficient in. Yeah, you're proficient
Rapiers.
in rapiers. So
Yep. So that's a 2 again.
yep.
So I had a 4. Huh, I'm better at stabbing than I thought I would be. I rolled a 22. What is with this die?
So you hit.
Like, for sure.
I'm pretty sure rapiers are piercing damage, right?
Yep, it's piercing.
Okay.
So do I
then-
roll damage?
Yeah. Do you remember what dice you roll for that?
Yeah, it's 1d8, which is the kind I don't have, but I'll just roll a d10 and re-roll a 9 or a 10.
Okay. Then you also add your dexterity modifier again to that.
Okay. But not proficiency?
Not proficiency.
Okay. So I rolled a 3 then.
So that's
Okay. So.
wait, plus your bonus?
That's including the bonus, yeah.
Okay.
So I rolled a 1, naturally speaking.
So you kind of like stab through it and you catch a few leaves, but it doesn't look like stabbing hurts it that much.
Okay.
I guess it's all woody and stuff.
Whereas I just like chopped, I gave it a nice trim with my battle axe.
Okay, then Bly, it's your turn. Unless you wanted to move Tlawin, however, you would take an opportunity attack.
Yeah, and pretty much it's either go through the bushes or backward into the room with the vibrating sword.
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly where you are. I'd say the bushes aren't completely surrounded you.
Yeah, it's just like the one that went after you.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was like right next to you, so I'll just stay put.
Okay.
Bushes are scary.
I'll protect you, I say, and look up at him.
I go all starry-eyed.
Okay, Bly's turn.
Fire!
I don't like the just like a lot higher.
What sorts of tools do you have? You said you had like matches?
Yeah, I have matches and torches.
All right. Yeah, I'd say that you could. I'll assume that like the torches are like the easy light kind. Spelled like EZLITE. Specifically for adventures. So I'd say you could probably just do that as a bonus action, then attack with the torch or something.
Okay. So should I just do like a regular like attack first? Like throw my axe at them or something?
Well, I'd say like attacking with a torch would be an attack.
Your attack, yeah.
Okay. So I roll a d20 first, and then would it be like a d6 for?
Here, let me find.
So is the torch strength mod or dex mod?
I'd say strength. I don't think it's a finesse weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
So let's see. You'll roll to attack first. So it'd be a d20 plus your strength mod. And what are you proficient in? I don't know that you're proficient in something similar.
I am proficient in strength. The rest is all like wisdom.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what weapons you're proficient in. Oh, you actually are proficient in simple weapons, so I'm saying it's kind of like a club, so I'll say you can add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. Yay.
So add an additional 2 to whatever you roll.
Okay. Oh,
Plus
I
your
rolled a
strength
nat
mod.
20.
Oh, shit.
Oh! Well, I guess you don't need my inspiration after all.
So, wait, did I hear it correctly? Did you roll what'd you roll?
I rolled a nat 20.
All right.
Yeah.
So also, which shrub are you going after?
Oh, the one that hurt Ben.
Okay. So let's see. Critical hit. Roll 2d4.
Okay, 7.
And then add your ability modifier.
Where is the
So
ability?
be your strength modifier.
Oh, +2.
Okay. And then, since it's vulnerable to fire, that gets doubled. So let's say 18. It explodes.
Oh, no.
Like, it explodes so hard that, like, flaming shrapnel of it lands on the other 2 shrubs and, like, starts
Really?
them smoldering. So,
I guess I duck.
um,
And I'm like, you can finally be a flaming potato, Ben.
so, yeah, there's, like, a little crater where it was before with, like, all the leaves kind of smushed down. And, like, from, like, the flaming remains of its brethren, the other 2 have taken a little bit of damage as well. All right.
That was fun.
Getting better and better.
First kill of the game.
Yay.
Let's see. From inside the house, you hear a bit of rattling, but it sounds like the sword hasn't quite woken up yet. And then it's the shrubs' turns again. So the ones that are left are still kind of like right by Skara.
Cool.
So let's see. 15, I don't think that hits your armor class.
No.
And a 10. So yeah, they both just kind of like brush ineffectually at you. They're both kind of smoldering. It's kind of pathetic to watch.
Oh,
Oh.
I feel kind of bad now.
What is your armor class?
It's really high because I decided to play with a shield. It was 16, but the shield gives me a 2, so it's 18.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now it's Skara's turn again.
Me smash! Yeah, I'll just attack one of them. I guess whichever one is like directly in front of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess that a 20 hits it.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little. Okay, cool. Now let me roll my d8. And I hit it for 6 stablage.
All right. Well, I think it's not stablage, it's more like slashingage, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I gave this one a nice trim too.
So you actually like split it down the middle. It's taken enough damage from like both the fire and like your axe that it just kind of like you cleave it in half, and the two halves just kind of split, and it stops moving. So there's one left.
Yay.
And I turn to it and go, "This is your last chance. Run away, or you too shall be cleaved in twain."
Okay. So now it's Tlawin's turn.
Yeah.
And I assume because it's a shrub, it just like stands there and continues to smolder.
Yeah.
So I guess for my Arcana, I didn't like find any ways to like unenchant it or anything.
Yeah. Although there is that mysterious sword you could check too.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that sword out.
Look, Ben rolls a net one.
I rolled a 14 plus 5, so not 19. I rolled a 19
For doing what?
for checking out the sword with Arcana.
Okay. So
Or
you
do I
kind
need
of
to be
like,
closer to it?
I'd say you can kind of like peek through the window.
Okay.
Um,
On tiptoes.
and sorry, what was your roll again?
19.
19. Okay, so yeah, this is
I like this die.
it's actually weighted. No, you can tell that this is also an inanimate object that's been animated through transmutation magic, and it looks like the enchantment might be wearing off a little bit since it's kind of sluggish. You can tell that from your studies that if it was in an anti-magic field or if it was targeted by dispel magic, then it would fall unconscious, but it wouldn't like dispel the enchantment completely.
Okay. I don't think we have any access to those anyway.
I can heal it.
I mean, I could. I assume sleep only works on like animals and people.
I think it only works on things that actually sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could also heal.
Heal it, then.
Or I could heal
Actually-
myself.
I don't know if healing magic works on constructs, so I don't know
Oh.
if you could.
Oh. I could give it a message. or,
I feel like.
or an illusion, but I don't know if illusion. If stabbing these things isn't very effective. Well, I should inspire Anna too, so you both have inspiration. So
Sure, if you want.
Scara potato, think of the hero. Fight, 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 fight. Whoa.
I loved it. I'm feeling very inspired. It's a 1d6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so at this point, would I be able to sneak in through the window without an attack of opportunity?
No, I don't think so. There's still like that one shrub that's
Yeah, it's like
in the way.
it's eyeing you. It's like
Oh.
that's the sound shrubs make.
And I guess I could just try stabbing it. I just don't know if it would do much. I don't know that I really want to use any of my magic now because they're not really
Yeah.
shrubby magic.
Just wondering, do you have any other weapons, or just
That's
You
my
can
only...
use your bee smasher.
I mean, oh, I do have a dagger. Right. I didn't write the dagger down on my attacks, but it's in my equipment.
So I think that's slashing damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll try stabbing it instead of poking it. So what's the attack?
Well, it says piercing damage in the book, but I'd say you could
Oh.
use a dagger as slashing as well.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's how you're meant to use a dagger, too. Because it's
I
like a
w-
knife. And you don't stab people with knives, you slash at them with knives. That's what I learned in self-defense.
Oh,
That's what I learned
I-
on the streets now.
I guess that's what my character learned before he was adopted.
Okay, so
So what's my attack? So is that a strength or?
nope, daggers are also finesse.
Okay.
I'm just going to see if you're proficient real quick.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, you should have written down your proficiencies.
Oh well, I didn't know. Is it a simple weapon?
Yes, it's a simple melee weapon.
Then I am.
X mod plus proficiency.
This is a good die. Okay, I rolled a 21.
So that hits.
Is this weighted?
Roll
What's
1d4 for the dagger.
Yeah.
Okay, I just tried testing whether this is weighted, and I've been rolling really low, so...
I don't know.
Well, my
Maybe
D4 is the missing one, so I'll use a D6 and ignore the reroll if necessary. That
I've
was
just been using an online roller.
Yeah,
well,
me too.
I have all these dice in front of me, so
So why not use them?
yeah. So I got a 2, that's plus Dex mod,
Yeah.
so that's 4 damage.
Okay. You slash off some of its limbs. It's looking a little lopsided now.
Aww.
Oh, next time I'll try to do it more artistically.
And then it's Bly's turn.
Cool.
Oh,
Can I throw an axe at it?
yes, you can.
I mean, does she still have the torch too?
Yeah, you still have the torch as well.
So you could just like
Oh.
be like.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try using my torch again.
Okay.
Rolled an 11.
And is that like plus your strength modifier plus proficiency?
Yes.
Okay. That still hits. Roll.
Yay.
Oh, I guess they don't.
They're probably like armor class 2.
Oh.
They're just shrubs.
They're pretty
Oh.
easy to hit. I mean, they can't like dodge out of the way of weapons, and they don't
Right.
really have armor. So roll 1d4 plus strength modifier.
3.
3? Okay, that's just enough to hit. You kind of like smash your torch into it and like smash it into the ground, and it just like lies there smoldering, not moving.
Oh.
I feel bad now.
Yeah, I do too.
I like turn to you guys. I'm like, guys, I feel bad about killing those shrubs.
Before you can feel too bad.
Oh, I was gonna sing a lament. Oh, shrubby shrub, you were so shrubby. Poor shrub, we just stabbed ye.
Okay, in the middle of your lament, the sword finally kind of like unsticks from the wall and like flies out of the window, swinging end over end. And
Being
then
like,
kind of like stops and assesses the situation. You would almost swear that it like looks at the shrubs on the ground and then turns to you.
Oh.
Oh.
And let's see, it sees that Bly has a torch and is still like standing over the last smoldering shrub.
Oh.
So it goes for her.
No. I didn't do it. It was the dwarf.
It doesn't seem to want to listen to your protests. No, it actually rolls a 17 to hit. So what's your AC?
17.
Oh, so it just hits. All right. You take 6 damage.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Oh, good thing it didn't hit me, because that's how many hit points I have left.
Oh.
How many hit points do you have, Laura?
12.
Oh, that is still ouch.
Yeah.
I didn't deserve this.
She says with her torch.
I know. I like convinced them to come up and break in. So.
All right.
I'm like, no, how could you do this, Mr. Sword?
I did nothing to you.
Yeah, and then I was like, we actually felt kind of bad about the shrubs.
We killed your friends, but we feel bad.
We didn't.
Well, I guess I'll try attacking it or something.
Yep, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to smash it. I rolled a 10.
For armor class, that's your total?
Yeah.
It doesn't hit it. Your swing just kind of like goes right under it, and the sword kind of flies up a little bit.
Man. Although, it's already post that. I could have used my inspiration. I didn't think about that.
Hovering sword is pretty cool.
Well, now we know it needs to at least be higher than a 10. So,
True.
I'll take it.
So you contemplate that thought, Tlawin, that the flying sword is pretty cool, and it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I tell the sword that it's cool.
It just kind of bobs up and down a bit.
Oh. And I guess I already Arcana did. So I might want to use healing word. How does? Although I also might creating a decoy might be smart, but I can only do one of those, right?
Let me look up healing word.
Yeah, I should have written down how these spells work.
That might be a good idea.
I would agree.
Well, it's a learning experience.
You're a learning experience.
Aw, thanks.
Healing word, casting time is actually 1 bonus action.
Oh, so I can just do it?
Well, I mean, you have like up to 1 bonus action per turn, so you can do an action and healing word. You can't say do an action, healing word, and inspiration, though.
Okay. And healing word, what are the mechanics for it?
A creature of your choice that you can see within 60 feet regains hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, so your charisma modifier.
That's a lot.
Okay. Well, I could cast it on myself or Laura, I guess. Both of us have 6 hit points left.
I cast on you because your armor class is
Because
lower.
I have a 13 armor class. So I'll cast it on me. So 1d4 plus my mod. That's going to get me up to full score no matter what I roll anyway, so...
And that is one of your first level spells.
Yeah, so that uses up the spell slot.
Yeah.
Do I have... Where am I... Oh, that's where they are. Okay.
You're just like rummaging in your pockets, like, where's my spell?
No, this is why I wanted to try having, combat encounter this first time so we could figure it out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
I
not
also
like
realized...
5 sessions in and it's our first combat encounter and everyone's like, what?
What?
Yeah, and I also realized I did not write down how many spell slots I have.
I will tell you.
Thank you.
You have 2 first level spells.
Okay, cantrips.
Cantrips don't count. You can use them whenever.
Oh, okay. And is that if I did minor illusion, would that be a regular action or a bonus action or a what?
Minor illusion, that would probably be a regular action. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, casting time is 1 action, and you just create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for a minute.
How many turns is a minute?
Well, each turn is 6 seconds.
Okay, so 10 turns. Okay, so I'll create a minor illusion of another lizard people with a torch.
Okay.
Standing over the shrub.
Let's see. I guess you can probably do that. It would be like a really awful illusion. Like, if you create an image of something, the image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect. So it's just going to be like this static thing. The torch won't actually light anything up. It'll just like be like this badly drawn flame or something.
Yeah, but how smart is this sword?
Not very.
Okay. Well, I'll cast that with my singing powers. Look, another lizard. It's a bad blizzard.
A
Attack
fire.
that lizard instead.
Yeah, Bly was set up. It was actually
Man.
this lizard. Just wondering, what's your spell save DC?
14.
14, okay. Alright, so that's your turn.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, now it is Bly's turn.
Oh, I just finally found a spell list online.
The sword is like still like chilling in the air, right?
Yeah.
Is there any way that I can use perception or insight to try to like take control of it?
Like, just grab it.
Yeah. Instead of fighting it. Or
Let's
no?
see. I would say you could probably make a dexterity check to see if you could, like, grab it by the handle or something. It would probably still fight you.
Yeah. And then I'd probably take more damage, right? If it fought back.
If you failed your check, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I guess my lizard people was a little bit small because it says it must be no larger than a 5-foot cube.
Yeah, well, they are fairly general with their sizes. Uh, like, I don't know how big a medium creature is supposed to be, but, you know, it's kind of more general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm considered a medium creature. I think Laura's considered a medium creature.
Yeah, I think so.
And we're like, I'm like 4 feet tall, and she's like 6 foot something.
Yeah.
And I'm in between.
Yay.
Yay.
We could do that thing where like we put like our heads on top of each other. It's
Yeah.
like a little totem pole.
Wonderful thing. I think I'll do a dexterity check to see if I can grab the sword by the handle. Rolled a 21.
21.
Whoa.
Okay, so you manage to grab it by the handle as it's kind of like floating before you,
Yay.
and like it's trying to kind of like surprised. It's trying to like move around and tug out of your grip. So make a strength check to see if you can keep a hold of it.
Okay. Um, 20.
A 20.
Not 20, but yeah.
Yeah, but still, that's still pretty good. Yeah, you still just barely managed to keep a hold of it. You figure that you'll probably have to keep checking every turn, but for now you've got it held in place. And if, you know, anyone else tried to attack it, they would probably have advantage on it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Gonna smash it.
Still for you.
All right. So then would be the sword's turn, but I'll just say that we'll do the strength contest on Bly's turn every round. So it's kind of held in place. It's not too happy about it. And it's Skara's turn again.
I'm gonna smash it. So I rolled a 17.
Okay, that hits it.
Yeah.
Also, you do have advantage, so why not roll another d20 just to see if you get, just in case you get like a nat 20?
Sure. I actually did.
Oh!
This is crazy.
So then a critical hit, you
Nice.
double your damage dice.
Okay. Let me roll 2d. And then so I got a. I hit it for 13 damage.
Wow. Okay, so like you hit it with a resounding clang and like the sound echoes for a while and like you can see a crack in the blade.
Oh man. I was just like
It is
Oh.
yeah, it's pretty hurt. Like it keeps vibrating for a while after that. Just
Aw. I mean, this is just like, I can't actually believe I got a nat 20. Here, let me take a screenshot of this.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
My nat 20 plus my damage roll.
I was like, just might as well roll again since you have advantage anyway. It's like, oh, you really did smash.
Smash!
Ultra smash.
All
Oh, that
right.
was fun.
So then it's Tlawin's turn.
Okay. I guess
Smash it, I yell to you.
it's not possible to reason with it, is it?
It is a sword.
So is that a
I'm
no?
holding it still for you.
Yeah, what if... Yeah, I mean, you'd get advantage, too.
We could be friends.
Just letting you know, it has an intelligence of 1.
Oh. Matt. And that's so that, it wasn't... What would, like, an intelligence of 0 be? Just, like...
Well, I don't
brain.
think anything could move at that point.
A
That's
rock, I
true.
guess.
A rock.
The
Or a
rock
house.
was a house.
Okay, I guess I'll... How do you stab a sword?
By stabbing it, I guess.
I guess I'll stab it with the rapier?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Go for it.
Okay, so I roll a d20 twice.
Yes, because you have advantage.
Oh, well, I rolled a nat 1 the first time, so that's...
Thankfully, you get to take the higher number.
Otherwise, I would have...
Oh,
stab fly.
Oh no.
Well, this time I rolled a 3, plus whatever... So plus dexterity, plus proficiency, that still makes it a 7.
Yeah, you kind of try stabbing and just go completely over it. But at least you didn't stab Bly in the hand, which is what would have happened if you had just done a nat 1. So, yeah.
I like how we got a nat 20 and then a nat 1.
Yeah.
I'm helpful.
Of course.
Did you want to take a bonus action at all?
I mean, I could make another minor illusion just for fun, I guess. But
No, that's a full action.
oh, right. Well, I don't want to use another spell slot, or I guess I could heal Laura. Laura, do you want me to heal you? You're not sure?
I'm not sure. I still have like half my hit points.
I also have a healing doodad.
Okay, well, I guess I'll save it then. I could just try persuading the sword to be nice.
I guess you could try if you wanted to.
Sword, please don't be stabby except against people we don't like, and be friends with us because we like you. We are nice people to swords.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay, so I rolled a 22.
It still does not seem to hear you. It's just it keeps kind of struggling. And, there is a giant crack in it right now from one of your friends hitting it.
I'm not sorry.
Like not letting it move. So
Yay, that was an effective use of my turn.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you hit it, then you might have been able to do something. But, okay.
Oh yeah, I told it we were nice to it after I tried to hit it.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Just like we promise we're friends.
Poke. Oh, why can't I hit this thing? We're friends, I swear. Okay, so it's Bly's turn. So make another strength check if you want to keep holding on to it.
$11.
Well, it just manages to wriggle free, it kind of like pulls your arms one way and then another, and it just kind of is able to shoot out of your grasp and is free again.
No.
But it was nice while it lasted.
It was nice. I got that nat 20,
Yeah.
Laura.
So then it's the sword's turn. It is not too happy about getting that huge crack in it, so it's going to go after Skara.
Okay. Bring it on.
It got a nat 1, so
Oh.
it actually like hits your armor, and then like because of the crack, it just kind of like hurts the sword more.
Oh.
So it's looking pretty bad.
Oh.
I feel really bad for this sword now.
I tried to choose inanimate objects so you wouldn't feel bad about killing these things.
Well, now we feel even
time to
worse.
Smash it.
Yeah, it's Skara's turn.
So I got an 18.
Okay, that hits it.
Okay. I hit it for 6.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
manage to like position yourself so that you hit in the exact same spot that you did before, and you just cleave the sword right in half, and both halves just kind of clatter to the ground, lifeless.
I feel awesome.
I guess I could sing another lament.
If you want to.
Sword, sword, sword. That's it.
Okay. Tla, 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 tla.
Bzz, 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 bzz. Bzz, bzz.
Yo, we're mixed nerds, and we're here to say
Bzz, bzz.
good day.
Bzz, bzz.
Perfect.
Good day.
And then everyone's like, should say something that's not good day, just like totally random. So like,
Turnip sock.
Like, pineapples are good.
yeah,
Oh.
perfect. Excellent. We could just have Tig purring. As
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.